All right, let's get right into it. The EuroLeague playoff race is seriously heating up, and every single game is starting to feel like a must-win. This week, we're going to break down 5 huge matchups and give you the inside scoop. Let's do this.
But first, a quick shout out to our sponsors MyStake and Vadada for helping us make this happen. If you want to get in on the action yourself, we've got some special bonus links waiting for you right down in the description.
And hey, one last thing before we jump in. If you find these breakdowns helpful, do us a huge favor and hit that like button and follow the channel. It's the best way to make sure you never miss out.
Okay, we've got 5 key games on the board, and a hot take for each one. So, let's kick things off with our first matchup.
We're starting with a classic clash of momentum, Hapoel Tel Aviv hosting Panathinaikos. And honestly, this is a perfect example of 2 teams heading in completely opposite directions right now.
And this slide really says it all, doesn't it? You've got Panathinaikos, a team that's just clicking. They're playing with this swagger, this confidence that you can feel through the screen. And then there's Hapoel, who just looked like they're coming undone. Their last game was a mess, and you keep hearing whispers about trouble in the locker room.
For Panathinaikos, a win here is huge. It could lock them into a top 6 playoff spot. So they have all the motivation in the world, and they're facing a team that seems to be in a bit of a tailspin. That makes our first tip pretty straightforward. We're taking Panathinaikos for the win.
Next up, we're going from a team in chaos to a team playing in what you can only describe as a fortress. I'm talking about Zalgiris hosting Barcelona in Kaunas, a place where road teams' hopes go to die.
I mean, Zalgiris isn't just winning at home. They are dismantling giants like Real Madrid and Fenerbahce. They look incredible on both sides of the ball. Now, compare that to Barcelona. Their offense has just looked totally lost. It really feels like they're just trying to hang on and grind out wins to stay in that playoff picture.
In an environment that loud and that hostile, it is so tough to see Barcelona keeping this one close. That's why our tip here is for Zalgiris to cover that -2.5 point spread. All they need to do is win by a bucket and a free throw.
And now for one of the most electric rivalries in all of sports, the Serbian Eternal Derby. You've got Crvena Zvezda versus Partizan, and when these two meet, the stakes are always through the roof.
When you look at how these teams are playing right now, you see another fascinating story. Crvena Zvezda looks like they're feeling the heat, a little bit tired, a little bit worn down. But Partizan, oh, they are on a roll. They've won 5 straight in the EuroLeague, and get this, they haven't lost a game by more than 6 points since the middle of January. This team just does not get blown out.
You know, Partizan would love nothing more than to play spoiler against their biggest rival. So, with emotions this high and a game this big, where's the smart money?
We're expecting an absolute dogfight. It's going to be gritty, it's going to be tough. So even if Partizan doesn't get the win, they've proven they can keep any game incredibly close. The tip here is to take Partizan with the points. At +7.5, they can lose by 7 and you still walk away a winner.
Our fourth matchup hits a really desperate Dubai team against Monaco squad that's been navigating some pretty choppy waters lately. This one is all about motivation versus turbulence.
The key here is that Dubai is just starving for a win to snap this losing streak. They have one of the best offenses in the league, but have been sloppy down the stretch in recent games. We've even seen some heated moments on their bench, which, can sometimes be the spark a team needs. And they get to face a Monaco team that's just been through a really rough patch, which makes them vulnerable.
We think Dubai's sheer motivation and their offensive firepower are going to be the deciding factors here. They are due for a complete 40-minute performance. So our tip is for Dubai to get the win and cover that -3.5 point handicap.
Okay, for our final game, you can forget about defense. We are heading to Paris for what's shaping up to be an absolute offensive firefight against Milano. You're going to want to get your popcorn ready for this one. I mean, just think about it. Paris plays at the fastest pace in the entire EuroLeague, and they love to let it fly from 3. They just put up 103 on Virtus. And on the other side, you've got Milano, who has plenty of ways to score, but let's be honest, defense is not their strong suit. This has all the makings of a classic shootout.
So, with 2 teams that can score in bunches and aren't exactly focused on getting stops, we are expecting the scoreboard operator to be very busy. Our tip is for the total points to go over the line of 175.5.
And there you have it, our full breakdown of 5 massive games. Let's do a quick-fire recap of all our top tips for the week. So just to run it back one more time, we've got Panathinaikos to win, Zalgiris -2.5, Partizan +7.5 in that crazy derby, Dubai -3.5, and the over in the Paris vs Milano game. And of course,
One final thank you to our amazing sponsors, MyStake and Vadada. Don't forget to check out those bonus links for you down in the description.
Hey, if this breakdown helped you get a better handle on the week's action, we'd really appreciate it if you'd show some love by liking this explainer and following the channel for more.
And that brings us to the final question, and this one's for you. Which one of these tips are you riding with? Let us know which one you're most confident in down in the comments. We'll see you next time.